we're bringing something different in this video. So we have seen the question posted, where should I stay when I go to Vegas, right? So while the majority would prefer Center Strip, I know we would, that's where we normally stay. What about the far north or the far south? If you had to choose, which one would you pick? And what do they have to offer? So that's what we're gonna give you in today's video. We're gonna talk about two different hotels, one furthest south that we've stayed and one furthest north that we've stayed. Delano and Resorts World.
That's right. So this excludes, of course, Fontainebleau, Sahara, Stratosphere for the north end of the strip, because again, the furthest south we have stayed is at Resorts World. So it's a comparison between those two resorts. But before we kick things off, mimosa time?
Yes, absolutely. It's always mimosa time.
So weekends, right? Everyone runs errands, had to go to Costco, picked up a bottle of Prosecco. Let's get started.
That's right.
Ready?
Yes. Ooh, nice.
You gotta show your cup.
Oh, so
just a hint of orange juice. Is that too much for you?
It might be a little much.
You want to take a sip of it?
Yeah, take a sip.
Okay.
Yeah, just a little bit. You're the best. Okay, here we go.
All right, ready?
Yes.
Can y'all see that?
Sorry, the laptop's on the way. We have our notes.
You like that sticker on the front though?
And our It's Vegas Y'all sticker, which, by the way, if you haven't heard the podcast, definitely need to check it out. We talk all things Vegas, and it's going to be with, of course, us, Danny from Vegas Introvert, Casey, Wall Street to Vegas, and of course, Hog and 2 Cent from Hog and 2 Cent on YouTube.
Of course, Hog and 2 Cent from Hog and 2 Cent.
That's right, on YouTube. So definitely check it out if you haven't yet. We are a bunch of Texans who just love Vegas and talk Vegas. So
absolutely.
All right, so cheers, babe.
Cheers.
Let's get this started. All right.
You're kicking it off, right?
Yes, I am. After I take my drink. So, okay. So we decided to compare Hilton, Resorts World, and Delano against each other, since they are the farthest that we talked about that we have stayed in, okay? Hilton Resorts World is a 4-star hotel, okay? The other two, Conrad and Crockford's, are a 5-star hotel. Delano is a 5-star hotel. So by definition, a 4-star accommodation is normally a good quality that offers additional services such as a pool, gym, and on-site restaurants. A 5-star hotel has all of the same things that a 4-star one has, but to a much higher standard.
Definitely.
Okay. So we stayed at both of these resorts for 2 nights each, so that we can really get a feel of the hotel and casino, and then we can kind of compare them fairly, right? So both times we stayed, the pool wasn't open. We will not be rating that in this video because we did not check them out. So, okay, the categories that we're going to rate are as follows. We're going to do the check-in process.
Okay.
The room.
Okay.
Overall room experience, if you will. The location.
North and south. Okay.
Right. The casino, the vibe, and everything about it.
Okay.
Food options.
Okay.
Entertainment that
6.
each has.
Yep.
And a bonus category.
Ooh, bonus category. What's the bonus?
So the bonus category I thought would be fun. I thought you would enjoy this. The center bar free drink with play quality.
Oh, the quality of the drink.
That's right. That's right. I already know where you're going to give that one to. So I will say this. We are going to individually rate. So we're going to talk about each one. We're going to compare them at the end of each category. I'm going to tell you who I think is the winner, and Dave is going to tell you who he thinks is the winner. We're not going to do a point system. We're just going to tell you who we think the winner is.
So each category and then our overall pick?
Yeah. All right. So let's kick this off, right? So let's start with the check-in process. Okay, so Delano, I think, had a really good check-in process. Delano has the ability to mobile check-in.
Well, MGM properties
have that. Makes it very easy because depending on what time you get there, you can check in at any time and your room is ready normally. We have many times been able to check into our room before check-in time.
Yeah, well, like while we're at the airport waiting to fly to Vegas, we go ahead and check into the room.
Yeah, and a lot of times they're like, your room's ready at 9 a.m. or whatever, so it's easy. I will say that Resorts World in general doesn't have a mobile check-in. Hilton has one.
Good call.
If you have the Hilton's app.
Correct.
So when you have a reservation at the Hilton, you can check in through your Hilton app unless you have a casino offer. If you have a casino offer and your reservation was booked through a host or through an offer that you got from the Gentine reward system, you will not be able to check in on your Hilton app.
Oh,
So
okay.
we were unable to do that. We had to go through the front desk, which was not a difficult process. It was fine.
Yeah.
But just so you know, it didn't have the mobile check-in for us.
That's right.
Okay. So based on that, the Delano check-in was really nice. The area was really nice. The gentleman who helped us was very, very helpful. He offered to get us shows and dinner recommendations.
Well, a key thing too that I will say is he offered us waters right away, right? So you think, waters, no big deal, whatever. But I think that's like a nice touch,
It
right?
is.
Hey,
It is.
you're here. Welcome to Vegas. Would you like some waters?
Right.
Absolutely, we would. So you'd start off with waters. And at Delano, they did that. It was a more personable experience.
It was. So let's rate the check-in process based on the Hilton Resorts World and the Delano. Who would win that?
Hands down, Delano.
I agree.
Yes.
So I'm giving that to Delano as
Yes.
well. I think it's a little bit more of a boutique place, and so you get that feel, and it's a more personable experience. So check-in process definitely goes to Delano.
And besides the waters, they had cucumber water right behind where you can go and help yourself to that, which is awesome.
Which was really, really nice. And we were like, dang it, we wish we had like big water bottles to fill this up because it was good. Okay, moving on to the next category. We're going to talk the room.
Ooh.
Okay, this one is going to be iffy because...
Well, there's multiple aspects to a room, right?
That is correct. So again, we are talking about the Hilton room at Resorts World versus the Delano suite. All the Delano rooms are suites in general. So they start off at about 725 square feet. They all have a separate living area, which is very nice. They don't have a whole lot of personality in the rooms is what I would have to say. They're a little bland looking. The colors are like white and beige. So I wouldn't say like that stands out to me, but the space sure did. They did have a coffee maker in there. They had a Keurig in there.
They did have a
They
Keurig.
did have a Keurig. They did not have a refrigerator.
No mini fridge. That's
no
correct.
mini fridge. So
And we had a wet bar in the room though, so we
did
had
have
a
a
little
wet bar,
sink and
right.
whatnot.
I think the bed was probably the hardest bed we've ever slept in Vegas.
Which is surprising for an MGM property.
It was because
Yeah.
we've normally had fairly decent stays, but I remember as soon as I got on that bed, I was like, Dave, this is a really, really hard bed. So not that the sleep was bad, it just wasn't as comfortable. It wasn't as comfortable as other sleeps we've had.
Correct.
So, what about you for the Delano room?
We talking about the restroom?
Yeah, the restroom was nice. It was spacious again.
We had two sinks in the restroom, and you had a soaking tub, and then you had a stand-up shower, which is nice. I think from a room perspective, to Sonia's point, two things stood out at Delano. It's bigger, which is great. There's a separate living area, which is great. And in case you have friends over, there's a half bath, right? So you have a sink and toilet in the hallway, right before the living area, which I also thought is a cool feature that Delano had.
Yeah, I agree. So moving on to Resorts World, again, we're talking about the Hilton, which is going to be the smaller or the less expensive of the three resorts, right? Very, very elegant. Yes, it's a newer hotel, but it was exceptionally clean. I know if you watched our video, I said this is the cleanest smelling room I've ever been in. And I meant it. You walk into a place and you just know it's going to be cozy. That was the Hilton Resort.
I would give you that,
Yeah, definitely. The bed was very comfortable. The shower pressure was probably the best shower pressure we've ever had. I don't know how long I stayed in the shower for each one. I thought the shower was fantastic. It had a little seat for you to sit and just let the shower
That's
hit you.
right. I forgot about the seat.
So comfortable. We're talking about a room that's 400 square feet. It's almost half of the Delano room, okay? But all of the amenities and the comfort, I think, makes it a fantastic room. They didn't have a coffee maker, but they do have little mini fridges.
That's correct.
They do have little mini fridges,
correct.
and all of them do, which I think is kind of cool for it being the lower end of the hotels.
That's right.
I think it's cool that it has that. We were very impressed with this room. I think more than normal. I'm going to have to say that regardless of space and how big the room is, and the Delano room had a great view from the living space to the bedroom, I'm still giving the room to
Resorts World. And specifically the Hilton, right?
Yeah.
But I will agree with Sonia. The color scheme makes a difference.
Yeah, it does.
Delano was just bland. The room was fine, but the color scheme plays a big impact on it. Resorts World just seemed more vibrant.
It did.
So I would have to go Resorts World too.
And that's interesting, guys. I know we're going to get a little bit of hate from this because we're talking about half the square feet, but
half the square feet.
it was so nice that it felt roomy enough.
Yeah, I agree. With the seating area separate from the bed.
Yes.
It was comfortable. It wasn't like you were crammed into a room.
Yes, and the restroom was so nice and clean. Just the gold fixtures in the restroom, it just worked really nice.
Marble
it was
countertops.
very modern, but elegant, very elegant. So yeah, I'm gonna say that wins, no questions.
I agree.
Okay, all right, we agree on that. Okay, so I wonder if we're gonna have some disagrees here coming up. What do you think so far? So Delano for us.
We talked about check-in, we talked about room. What's next?
That's right. So next is gonna be the location. This is where we might disagree here. Okay. So navigating to other hotels and casinos is, I think, pretty easy at Delano because you have the multiple walkways, you have the tram that connects you to Excalibur and the Luxor.
Yes.
And then you have the walkway that takes you right to New York, and then across to MGM Grand. So you never have to really cross the street or anything like that. It's fairly easy. You can walk to all those casinos, and then you continue on from New York, straight to Park MGM, straight to Aria. So I feel like it's all fairly connected. It's made very well and easy accessible. Now, I get that Mandalay Bay, which is the casino of Delano, is pretty far south, but like I said, with the walking and the tram, I mean, it makes it pretty accessible.
No, I agree. So if we're comparing it to location with Resorts World, at the time of our stay, Fontainebleau wasn't open yet. It's open now. But from Resorts World, you have to cross Las Vegas Boulevard to get to Encore in the Wynn, or when you walk out, you have to hang a right to go down to Fashion Show Mall to hit Treasure Island to hit the rest of the Strip.
Which is a little distance.
Yes.
It is a distance.
So location, maybe we change it to accessibility, right? Because to your point, it's so much easier to get to different casinos without actually stepping outside. Versus Resorts World, you have to go outside in order to get to different casinos.
You really do.
Yes.
And you have to go outside and you have to cross Las Vegas Boulevard, which is not easy to do.
Which we almost got ran over last video, so.
Yeah, I mean, I, again, wore terrible shoes, and the guy in the truck really almost ran me over, so, because I wasn't walking fast.
And we had the crosswalk. We had the guy.
And we had the guy.
The guy's
but he was just like,
proceed.
he wasn't having the fact that I was walking too slow. So, point is, it's a little more dangerous and not as easy accessible.
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
So I'm gonna give location accessibility to
Delano Mandalay Bay.
How about you?
Oh man, just because of how convenient everything else is, I agree with you. I think Delano Mandalay Bay.
What?
Yeah, no, you thought we were going to be separated, right?
I did.
Yeah. No, but when it comes to accessibility to other casinos, hands down.
Okay.
Delano Mandalay Bay.
All right. Okay, so we've been on the same page this whole time. Very exciting. Okay, let's move on to the casino. So we know that Delano does not have a casino. They share a casino with Mandalay Bay.
Correct.
So as far as for us, and I think I'm speaking for both of us.
Are you now?
I think I am.
Okay, let's see.
Resorts World blows away Mandalay Bay. Like there's no comparison. So
no hate.
And we're gonna get hate for this. And we are sorry. This is completely our opinion. Please understand, we are sharing our experience and our opinion. And just to add on to that, a lot of people who started going to Vegas have this, nostalgia about where they started and where they started to stay. A lot of times it was that
plays a factor.
They stayed on that south side of the Strip, which was again the Mandalay Bay and the Luxor and Excalibur. We never really stayed on that side. Our side was actually always the North Strip.
Riviera.
When it was Riviera, and so that was kind of our side.
And then center.
Yeah. So we don't really have that nostalgia to that area over there. So I want to throw that out so that people don't hate on us. But I think the casino is very conference-like. It's just this really big.
It's open.
And it's open, which I think for some people they really like that.
I agree.
I don't think it's bright. I think it's kind of dark in there.
It is dark.
And I don't like that. Some people may like that. So if you're a person who likes kind of dark and open, great. I like bright and like more lively. And Resorts World is like that. I will say though that the drink service at Mandalay Bay is probably a little better than the drink service at Resorts World Casino.
Good call. Yes, it was.
I will say that. So that is a point for Mandalay Bay. We didn't have any trouble really with drink service on the floor. We had waitresses come around fairly quick each night that we were there. But Resorts World, we normally go to the center bar anyway, or if we play.
The Crystal Bar.
We noticed that the drink service is a little bit better in the mornings, but in the evenings we had a little trouble getting drinks. So
that's true.
So I'm going to go 100% Resorts World Casino.
I thought you were starting to like change your decision there.
No, even with drink service being better, I'm going to go Resorts World.
Yeah, guys. Yes, I agree.
And I have to say that Resorts World is so far from a lot of people where they stay. So,
it is.
So you don't think about going there, and you don't think about, oh, that's just too far, or that's. But again, the fact that we stayed there made a difference. When you decide if you're going to start staying, you're going to start staying at a North End hotel. You got it, or whether you're going to go there for a little bit and then leave, and you're like, oh, you didn't get a great experience because you stayed for an hour or two and you left. I think with Resorts World, it was one of those places that we didn't appreciate until we actually stayed there. And then really got a feel for the casino.
Well, the only caveat I would throw out there is prior to staying at Resorts World, we would actually go to the Crystal Bar like every trip because I enjoy hibiscus palomas. And if I'm going to play Caveman Keno, that's a great drink to have while you're there.
It is.
So that may have influenced some of the decision potentially.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
For sure.
But to Sonia's point, once we actually stayed at the hotel, it's an entirely different experience. The casino by far was amazing.
Okay, moving on to food options. This is a hard one because I think that Delano has better cheap quick eats because they both have the food courts. But obviously Mandalay Bay's going to be a lot cheaper food court than Resorts World.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so Resorts World has a huge restaurant collection, and we know that. So I think that this is for like the culinary person, I think this is definitely a fantastic place to be at Resorts World.
More options.
Definitely a variety of restaurants.
Yes.
But even their, it's called Famous Foods, which is kind of like their food court, if you will, in the casino. It's pretty pricey. The food is good. Pricey. Versus like you think about a food court.
Well, it's a food hall.
It's a food hall.
So that makes it like a 10% increase in prices.
Right.
So, yes.
Mandalay Bay has, of course,
they have a court.
They have a court.
Yes.
So they have cheap eats as well as some fine dining there as well.
They do. They do have some upscale dining.
Yes. And we'll compare, like, we ate at Della's, which was there at Delano, where we stayed, we had breakfast there.
Which is good.
It was very good. The quality was very good. And then, if we're going to compare that to breakfast at Resorts where we ate at Viva, we had brunch there.
That's right.
Which was very good as well.
That's right.
So I think the quality is good. We've had dinner at Wally's, which is really good.
Surprisingly very good. If you guys haven't tried Wally's, we recommend it.
It was
Chef's kiss.
Better than we thought. Yeah, for sure. So I think with this, it's hard to pick because it's going to be depending on what you're looking for in terms of food.
Yes.
I think that if you're looking for cheap eats, Resorts World is not the place. But
agreed.
You can walk outside Resorts World.
Oh, good call.
Okay, and it's not far.
Tacos El Gordo.
The Peppermill, which is not that expensive. You get big portions. It's right there, the famous Peppermill. And you've got Circus Circus right there. So if you want cheap eats, it's right across the street.
There's a food court there.
Or not, it's on the same side, but it's right next to it.
Yeah.
So I think in general,
good call. I didn't think about that.
You could get that near Resorts World, just not in Resorts World.
Yes.
So I'm going to give this one a tie for food options. I think they both have a lot of food options, both of them. And I think you can get high end. They've got some really nice restaurants as well as the cheap eats. And I think you can get the same at Resorts World. So I'm tying this one.
Ooh.
I think he's going to go different.
Yes. I'm going to go different. I'm going to go Resorts World. Yes. Yes, the food hall is a little more pricey, but when it comes to like sit down meals, I think the selection is better at Resorts World. And if you want quick service options, to Sonia's point, you have to walk outside, you have to go to the left or to the right or across the street, but it's not a hassle, right? I'm gonna go Resorts World.
Okay, so one thing and I'm trying to think of a cheap. If you're in Resorts World and you're like, I want something cheap, the pizza place. I mean, it's not cheap, but I mean the Mulberry Pizzeria that we ate at. If you want a slice of pizza, it was like $6 or $7 a slice.
I forgot about that because we were there with all the college kids when they had the thing going on.
Yeah. So you can get that, but okay. So I tied it and you went Resorts World.
Yeah, I went Resorts World.
Okay, awesome. Let's move on to entertainment.
Ooh.
So this is an interesting one because we're DJs. So we haven't seen the show in forever. Which
when's the last?
Oh my gosh, it's been years. It's before we started vlogging. Oh, guys, we watched.
Was it Atomic Saloon? The last.
It was probably the last one we saw was Atomic Saloon.
Was that
at the Venetian? It was probably 5 years ago.
Well, that was pre-COVID because they sat us in a church pew for Atomic Saloon.
That's right, and we were like this with everybody.
Yes, the church pew you would think would hold like 6 people. Well, they put like 37 of us in that church pew, and I guess to make up for the space, they passed around a bottle of Jameson.
They did.
Everyone was helping themselves to Jameson shots.
Yeah. But I remember the Jameson, and I remember us taking shots, and I remember we were like this.
Yes.
So we got really comfortable with our neighbor.
Well, Sonia was sitting there, and I was like right at the end. So do you know like the comforter on your bed, and you have like the do not remove tag? Sonia gives me the do not remove tag.
It's such a pain.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't
so I'm used to it. So just kind of sitting there at the end, it was okay.
He's terrible. Okay, so let's get back to entertainment. So, Resorts World Theater is a huge venue with so many headliners, right? I mean, amazing theater. I know that it's continually changing their performers.
Yeah.
So when we were there in October, Katy Perry was playing there.
Oh, that's right.
I think when I looked it up recently, right now it's going to be Carrie Underwood that's going to be performing there.
Mm-hmm.
I think for the next couple of months. So they do kind of change out some of their performers, but has a great venue there. They also have the AU Day Club. Am I saying that right? IU Day Club. And then the Zouk nightclub, which is where the Chiefs had their celebration party after winning the Super Bowl. I'm sorry, but
why would you even bring that up?
I'm only saying that because it's obviously a very popular place if the Super Bowl winners are going to... I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But point is, if you're into that kind of stuff, nightclubs and day clubs, Resorts World is it for you, for sure.
It's becoming that place for sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
So then let's talk about Mandalay Bay. It's got the Cirque du Soleil Michael Jackson 1 show. Which
is fantastic if you haven't
seen it. Which is very, very good, which we've seen. They also have House of Blues, which is also another venue that has performers.
Yeah.
And when I looked it up recently, the performers for like the next couple months are like Tesla, Jodeci, and
Mandalay Bay?
Yeah.
You said Jodeci?
Jodeci.
Jodeci's going to go to Mandalay Bay?
Yeah, that's according to their website.
Yeah, maybe we need to go.
We're old guys. If you know who Jodeci is, drop it in the comments.
Yes.
So they've got some cool things there. They also have the Shark Reef, which is, if you want to get out of the casino for a little bit, we've done that before.
We have done that.
We've done that before. Again, things we've done, guys, is like 20 years ago. Like, that's when we first started going to Vegas. We didn't gamble that much. Our bankroll was like $100 a piece.
The very first time. Yeah.
It's not $100 a piece anymore. Let's say that.
Sony's a DJ.
And so
I like truffles.
So we've done these things, but yeah. So they've got some. I think Mandalay Bay's got some great things as well. So I think the category is determined by which type of entertainment you prefer.
Good call, yeah.
Right? So I think that Mandalay Bay has more variety for all ages because let's also talk about their beach. So during the summertime, they've got a lazy river. You're talking about adult beach areas and then also for families. So the beach pool section at Mandalay Bay is fantastic. So
we haven't experienced it, like Sonia said at the beginning. With either resort, we haven't experienced it.
Know about it, of course. Yeah. So I guess it's going to determine what you like to do. So I think because Mandalay Bay has a variety for all ages, Resorts World I think caters to the younger crowd.
Well, not necessarily that. It's just a specific audience.
It does with the night and day clubs that are really popular there. I'm going to go still younger crowds in general, or people who like night and day clubs.
Yeah. So we wouldn't.
We don't fall into that category. So because of this, I'm going to go Delano Mandalay Bay for entertainment.
I agree with you. Because of the variety, the different options. There's for the younger, there's for the older, there's for the families. Definitely Delano Mandalay Bay.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Okay. This is our bonus category. So if you have watched any of our vlogs, you know that we really like to sit at a center bar and try to get a quality drink while we play Keno or video poker. We're talking about being able to get a free drink or a comp drink with play. Not all places do this.
Good call. Not all places do it.
And then there's a lot that do it, but the bars, it doesn't have any specialty drinks, which is fine. So you still get a free drink.
Yeah.
But where can I get of these two a very specialty
premium cocktail,
a premium handcrafted cocktail with play?
Yes.
It is hands down Resorts World.
Yeah.
It is Crystal Bar. If you have not been to Crystal Bar, they have a specialty menu that has things like the hibiscus Paloma that we have raved about. They've got like a Gentine old fashioned there.
What's the berry tails?
They've got the
where
berry
it has like
tails.
the numbing blue powder.
Right,
that's,
very specialty type
Just
drinks.
like $25 drinks.
They are.
That you could get while you're playing Bartops.
And the bartender tells us you have to bet like $1 a hit.
I think it was $1.25.
Yeah.
As long as you're betting $1.20, and maybe not, that's changed.
Yeah.
But every time we've been, they always say as long as you're betting $1.25, you're good.
So you put in a 20. And you start to play, and you're just betting. They already get you a free drink.
Yeah.
So we've never had any trouble with getting continuous drinks there while we're betting.
They do have a light system though. So if you think about the Cosmopolitan, that's the only place that takes forever for you to get to that green light to get a new cocktail. I'll just being honest with you guys, at Resorts World for both of us, $1.25 Cayman Kino. Man, that green light is just maintained.
Yeah,
so
it's
as
fast.
You're running low like this, they're already making you another drink and putting it out there.
Yeah, it's really quick. It's really easy. So
I feel bad because we just promoted Resorts World for this on your bonus round and haven't said anything about Mandalay Bay. So
okay, so Mandalay Bay. So you know what? We're gonna give some props. So Mandalay Bay's big. You know, they have a lot of different bars there. So we recently did Rhythm and Riffs when we stayed there.
Yes.
And we were there playing Keno. And we ended up getting a free drink there. There wasn't a specialty menu of any sort. The bartender said he didn't drink, so he didn't make anything special.
Oh, yeah, which was funny.
So whenever that happens and we walk up to a bar that's like that, we're going to go very classic. Crown and Club Soda. I'm not going to order like a margarita at a place that doesn't make specialty drinks. So we end up getting just Crown and Club Sodas or whatever. But there was a weird smell from behind the bar that we cashed out and left. So that wasn't a great experience.
It was vomit, guys.
Okay.
There's vomit on the floor, and
it hadn't been cleaned up.
It had probably been sitting there for a while, and yes.
Yeah.
So we left.
So we left. But I will shout out another little bar. It's also in the Mandalay Bay Casino, and it was a small little bar, a little sports bar, that we sat down, and bartender was fantastic. An older man that was just real sweet. We had some Crown and Club sodas there. No specialty drink there either, but we had some drinks there.
He was super friendly.
Super friendly, played Keno. He was quick with the drinks, and it was great.
With us.
It was great.
Yes.
So again, when you're talking about a handcrafted cocktail, the winner is Resorts World, for sure, at the Crystal Bar. You need to go there, for sure.
Yes.
So the question is, when planning your trip, should you stay at the north end or the south end, right? So this is my thoughts. So the North Strip, if you will, is maybe where you stay if you're looking for a quieter and potentially more of a upscale or elegant stay, right? Luxurious stay. And again, in these categories, I'd put the Wynn, the Encore, Fountain Blue, and Resorts World. They all make the list for me, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
And Circus, because it's luxurious.
Don't go there. And even the Palazzo, depending on where you consider it on the strip, okay?
Palazzo is awesome.
So it's kind of at the end of the middle strip, if you will. So then the South Strip is where you stay to see what's left of the classic themed hotels, right? So this is where you're going to have more of an enjoyable, kind of affordable,
classic thing,
fun and lively vacation, right? And the nice thing is that they're all connected and easy and accessible to get to, which is really nice on the south end of the strip. So these would include Mandalay Bay, Excalibur, Luxor, New York, and MGM Grand. Okay, so when debating between a south and a north strip hotel on the strip, do both. Experience them both.
Ooh.
See which place you like better. Guys,
you just threw a curveball right there. So.
Because the thing is you know what? Vegas is a place for everybody, and you're going to come back, I promise. So experience both.
You're going to come back.
You're going to come back. That's just the way it is. So we definitely think that you should try different places and see what's right for you.
That's a great way to end it because I didn't think we were going that way.
I threw him a curveball.
Yes, you totally did.
So we hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave your comments about which area of the strip you prefer to stay in, but be kind because Vegas is different.
And that's the beauty of Vegas. There's so many options for everyone. Everyone likes their own little thing, and that's cool. That's the beauty of it.
And that's the great thing about Vegas. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next one, and hopefully back in Vegas real soon.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
We only got one shot at this. You ready?
Yeah, go ahead. But don't do it yet. Hey, y'all. Thanks. Okay. Ready? Start now.
All right, ready? You gonna go? Me drop them off?
You should know that I